Hey guys, real quickly before we jump into this video, I want to apologize. The first half of the video, the volume quality is not the greatest. You're going to hear a clicking noise, click, 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 as I pause throughout the video. The second half of the video, the audio quality is perfectly fine. I'm sorry. I wanted to apologize to you guys before we jump into this. And if you guys want to join the Trading Learning 101 Discord group, I'll leave a link down below in the video description if you want to join the chat room or not. Again, I'm sorry for the video quality of the first half of this video. I hope you guys enjoy it and you're able to look past it. I am currently working on fixing the issue. Thanks everybody for being a part of the community, and enjoy the video. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Learning 101. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite indicators to use as a day trader, and that is volume at price. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Join the Trading Learning 101 community where we all grow as traders and investors. And let's jump right into it, everybody. What is volume at price? Volume at price is a unique data visualization tool used by traders who understand the importance of volume. The data visualized is on a different axis than most people associate with volume. Namely, volume is transferred from time to price. If volume tells you how many transactions have been performed, most traders look at volume at time, or the x-axis on a chart. Volume at price uses the y-axis to show you how much volume has been performed at a certain price. So most traders, when they're looking at charts, you'll see a lot of times they'll have the volume bars right down here at the bottom of the chart. This is using volume by time. It could be a daily chart, an hourly chart, a 5-minute chart, a 1-minute chart. Every single candlestick, or depending on what time frame you're looking at, the volume bars is going to tell you how much has transacted depending on which time frame you're looking at. Volume at price, they plot it up on the left side of your chart or on the right side. Some trading platforms are different, but with volume at price, it's telling you how much buyers there are, how much sellers there are, and at a specific price over time. Volume at time. Volume at time is a very helpful tool because it can show you if one day showed extreme volume. However, you'll likely notice that high volume happens on days of high important news events seen on the economic calendar, or a surprise or shock in the market. Typically, traders will look to trend confirmation moves on high volume days, but volume at price offers another dimension. This is a daily chart of ticker symbol SPWR, and with the circles all right here on the chart along with the volume, this is when the company put out earnings. This is what caused the volume surges on this, and this was a really good example that when a company puts news out or a shock hits the stock market, we see surges in volume. Volume at time. Volume typically displays the total number of live trades during a specified period. Most commonly, this is shown on the time plane. As the name implies, volume at price displays the total number of live trades performed at a specific price level. Instead of seeing how much volume was performed on a certain week, day, or hour, you can see how much volume was done at a specific price. And this is just another example of a chart of how you'll typically see traders viewing their charts with just basic volume. If you have up days, you'll get a green volume bar. If you have a down day, you'll have a red volume bar. Sometimes you'll see people use a solid color for their volume. It doesn't really matter if the volume bars color coded red or green. You want to be looking for patterns in volume. You want to see surges. You want to see retracing volume on sell-offs. Always ask yourself, what's the big picture when looking at volume and charts? Your imagination likely does not have to travel too far to know that if an area of price attracts majority of volume, then that price level has a lot of interest from multiple market participants. This is important because it likely means that there are a good number of orders protecting that price from being broken. In other words, it will be more difficult for price to break through a level where volume at price is relatively high, and it will likely be easier for price to break through levels where volume at price is relatively low. And with this chart, we see a great example of volume at price. The green is all of the buyers, the red is all of the sellers. And depending on how big the volume bars at the price level is, the more important that price level is. So for an example, we see this very long volume at price bar right here. And you could see price pretty much bounced right off of that area right there, and it did sink through it a little bit right there, but then rebounded up at this 440 level all right here. So that's telling me that that is an important level. And you see another big volume bar right up here. And you could see the stock acted as resistance all up in this area right here, this 454 level acting as resistance. This is why I like using volume at price to see areas of interest. Where are there a lot of trades going through? And you can also see once the stock breaks back up to the upside and it comes right back down, this big volume bar at price where it acted as resistance all right here, it's now holding as support for a good bounce to the upside. This is all we're pretty much using volume at price for, is to spot significant and important price levels. Why volume at price is one of my favorite tools to use. And the bigger time frame that you use volume at price on, the more important that price level is gonna be. Let's take a look at some examples. This is a 10-minute time frame. We're looking at ticker symbol PENN on the 10-minute time frame. I'm using the platform Street Smart Edge by Charles Schwab. You can see I have my volume at price plotted on the left side. I have my volume down here at the bottom. And as I zoom in on the chart, you could see it adjusts with the volume at price. With the volume at price, you can see there's a big volume bar right here, and if we draw it all the way across, there was a lot of volume buying and selling taking place at this level. Same thing with this big volume bar right here, and if we draw the line across at $50, and you could see on the chart, the stock, before it had its big move from here, it gapped up, big sell candle down, found support at this level. Yeah, it broke through it a little bit, but it came right back up, came right back down, and it hung around this whole level right here. You're only using volume at price as a tool. You're also using volume at price in conjunction with the candlesticks and the volume down at the bottom of the chart. You can see all these big volume spikes right here. Again, you're just using volume at price as another tool to help gauge your beliefs about what's happening with supply and demand. Let's look at another example. DKNG, 10-minute time frame. You can see right here, there's a lot of big volume bars on the volume at price, all right here. That's telling me there's a lot of resistance at this level. And if we draw our line all the way across, this general area is what I'm looking at. This whole area right here. And you could see the stock was finding resistance right there, right there, right there. It was finding resistance there, more resistance there, and more resistance there. If they can get above this 35 to 36.50, then this could keep going all the way up to this area up here at 38.50. And if it falls down with this big volume surge right here, there's a lot of activity in this 33 to 32.50 area. You got buyer right there, support, support, support. It broke through right there and was holding as resistance and was able to get back above it, found support, and was finding support all right there. When you first start using volume at price, you have to start training your eyes to look at the chart. And I tell a lot of people, it's all about how you look at the chart as a trader. I'm looking at mental price levels, whole dollar levels, half dollar levels, every 25 cents, 75 cents, $10 mental levels, $100 mental levels. And not only am I looking at volume at price, I'm using it in conjunction with the candlesticks and the underlying volume down here below. All the volume spikes, the volume patterns. Is volume retracing or is volume expanding as it pushes higher or lower? I'm a big believer in you don't need to use a lot of indicators. You want to keep it simple. Volume has been around forever. It is one of the oldest technical analysis tools. And when you combine it with price and price action, it's really all you need. Volume is like the footprints of the big money. Where are they buying? Where are they selling? Sure, there are other great volume indicators and tools out there, and oscillators, however you say it, but you want to use these tools and not rely on these tools. Use these tools with other tools to help paint the picture better for yourself, to understand the story behind the chart and the stock. Let's take a look at one more example. It's going to be a newer IPO, RKT, Rocket. And you can see there's really two big price areas on Rocket. This big volume right here and this one way down here. When the stock first IPO'd, it ran all the way up and found resistance up at this 25.50 level. And it's been trending all the way back down. And where do you think that this is probably going to bounce at? It's probably going to bounce at this area of interest all right here from this big opening IPO price, around $18. And then from this bounce up, I would start looking at areas of interest again. This area, and this area, and this area, around $21, $20, $22. Volume at price is a very handy tool. It's one of my favorite tools to use, right along with VWAP, volume weighted average price. I'm making this video to give you guys a glimpse into what I like to use to help me as a day trader. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Join the Trading Learning 101 community where we all grow as traders and investors. If you're interested in more volume analysis videos, I will leave a link to my volume analysis playlist in the either top right here or in the video description down below. Until next time, everybody, have that patience, have that discipline, and study, study, study. Later, everybody.
The most valuable commodity I know of is information. Wouldn't you agree?